Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. And hello, world. Welcome to We Love LA, where we talk about, fun, freedom, and fulfillment. And, let's tell it on Tuesday. And so, first and foremost, I would like to say that I do not own the rights to any of the music that you may be hearing in the background, but it's always great to have some kind of music for ambiance. So, first and foremost, my name is Sheena and I am your host today, and so we would love to talk about whatever that is going on in the world. Again, there's a lot that's going on when it comes down to, how everything is going, how we are feeling about things and everything. And so, this is a way to unwind, grab you a glass of wine and enjoy. Just live life and enjoy. And so, wanted to share a word today. So the word of the day, it is going to be love, Love. The 4 mysterious letters that everybody loves to interpret in so many different ways. And so, love, te amo, all of those different little things. Let's kind of have a little turn down here. If anybody who knows me, they know I'm very eclectic when it comes down to music, very open-minded, and so from time to time you might hear some music or see something you may not have heard before or seen. And so I don't hoard, I like to share. So sharing is caring. So anywho, we're going to get back onto the word of the day, which is love. And what made me kind of think of the word love today was more about, what is love, how we are supposed to use it. And when it comes down to understanding love, how do you prepare yourself and provide self-love? And so self-love is always going to be important, because in order for us to understand how do we love ourselves, then that's how we will understand how we can love everybody else. So I have to take a sip to that one. So I ended up sharing a post, I believe it was yesterday, this blue screen where it was talking about be spa or be you, or it had the word be. And I ended up going to this kind of like a holistic spa a couple days ago. Absolutely loved it. And I wanted to share a little bit of comments on the place. So, with COVID and everything that's been happening, everything has been literally shut down. And so many people has been cooped up in the house. They're acting all crazy because, oh my gosh, I'm in the house. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out. I want to do something. And it's just like, just calm down. And we have to wear these masks. We have to stay indoors. We have to have social distancing. And it's just so tiring that, the things that we take for granted now, we're more like, oh my gosh, like I miss outside. And it's so funny because, a few friend of mine's, we were just always joking about, you remember when outside was a thing? And, now you can't get the kids to go outside. Everybody want to be on their phones, the computers, the video games and stuff. But outside was the thing for us. Loved outside. I mean, if anybody can relate to outside, put a little comment. But I remember as a kid just, being able to actually walk down the street, knock on people's doors and like, hey, can you come outside and play? Or hey, do you got your bike? Let's go ride bikes. Let's go skate. A little back history. My grandmother, she has been in her home for probably about 60 years. And so that was my stable home as a kid. And having a stable home, I had stable friends. And I had friends that I've been knowing for a very long time. People have been living in the neighborhood, 2 and 3 generations at that time. And so, me being able to grow up and have the same friends was, they were basically like my cousins. And so we would always like knock on each other's doors, come outside and play, and all those little things like that. And so outside was very important. So now I bring all of that back now that we're in quarantine, COVID and all those things. Now people are starting to understand outside and the love for outside because people have been stuck in the house for so long. So with that being said and done, I took it upon myself when California semi opened up a couple weeks ago. I went on Groupon, and yes, I do shop on Groupon. I ended up finding this deal to go to this spa in Redondo Beach, and it's called B Spa, BESPA Spa. And so they provided a couple of different services where you are able to do float therapy, there's cryotherapy, and there's also LED red light therapy. So I'm used to floating. I used to float for this other company. Let me retract it back. Floating. What is floating? No, I'm not high. But I mean, that would be nice. But no, not high. So floating is where you are laying in either a tank or some kind of a pod, and they fill this tank or pod with water and lots and lots and lots and lots of Epsom salt. So there's a lot of healing properties behind the Epsom salt and also being able to float. And so it's kind of like going back into the womb again, where you are experiencing this zero gravity, or just kind of like you're floating on a cloud, and it helped align the body, take a lot of the pressure off the joints. Also, because you are inside of this tank, that is where you kind of have like a psychedelic moment too, because it is kind of mind-blowing, where you're like, okay, are you claustrophobic? Is your mind racing? Is there a lot going on in your mind? And so now it's kind of like bringing you back into meditating, manifesting, also giving your physical body an ability to be able to heal itself. The natural salts and all of these different things help alleviate pain and pressure. And so that was a little bit of the self-love that I ended up providing myself this past weekend. So I know this past weekend was Independence Day, and no, I was not popping fireworks. I was really providing myself some self-love, and I wanted to share these experiences because I live in Los Angeles, and there's a lot of businesses who actually had to go out of business. And one of my really, really good friends, she had owned the only vegan Cuban cafe in the world. She was going through this whole COVID thing, and she was one of the business that wasn't able to make it out of it. And so one of my missions with me doing my Tell It Tuesdays on, going live on Tuesdays for We Love LA, is to be able to share with the community. Here are some businesses that are out here that's open. Here are some experiences that we are able to experience, different restaurants. If where can you explore to in Los Angeles? Also, anybody that that's looking for some kind of a connection, how can we connect with each other? How can we bring business to other businesses? How can we bring more to each other? Could be something that we're looking for, that I might know, that somebody that's looking for something. There's a connection. Or even just sharing my own experience. Hi there. What is that? Sultan, California. Hello. Welcome on board. But yes, just being able to share my experiences, because I'm an adventurous person. I would say you can call me Mikey. Like, I try maybe a little bit of everything, maybe once. And so just being able to share my experiences can help everybody else to be able to understand, what it is that they're looking for. Or, well, I know somebody who've actually done it. And I kind of found out that because I've done a lot of stuff, I've been to a lot of places, I've traveled, I'm very curious. I would drive my car and get lost, find my way home. Like, I've always just been adventurous like that. And so a lot of people that I've talked to, I'm just having random conversations, and then they're like, oh, you know, such and such, and do you know da 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 da? And I'm like, yeah, did you know that there's something for this? Did you know that this can help heal that? And they're like, really? Yeah. Huh. Here's the person's number, or here's the business number, here they're located. And so that had become a passion of mine, where I'm always sharing information, so why don't I just make it live? And so did wanted to share my whole float session experience, which was absolutely amazing. The company again is called B Spa. The address is 901 North Catalina Avenue, Suite 102. They are in the heart of Redondo Beach. And so I would say one of the best experience that I had with B Spa in the beginning was I was able to call, ask any kind of questions, and you know, the person who had answered the phone, he was like, oh no, yes, we're open, here are the hours, here are, you know, the different amenities that come with your float experience. We also do offer other services. And being able to provide my information with ease, to where I'm like, oh, okay, that's not bad, you know, very common and normal. But then what made B Spa stand out a little bit more to my liking was the customer service. And it was maybe a day or two before, the day before my appointment, I received an email versus a phone call to confirm my appointment. But I received an email was just saying, hey, I know life is hard, just remember, you know, to meditate. And I'm like, oh wow, like, and it just reminded me like, oh yeah, I do have my appointment tomorrow. But this wasn't about my appointment, it was about my day, just period. And I liked that. And I thought that was super different. I haven't experienced that kind of customer service. I'm big on customer service. If I walk in a store and don't nobody approach to me and at least say, hi, are you okay? Are you looking for anything in particular? I will walk out the store and I won't spend my money. That's just how I am. But that experience alone was just super amazing. And then the day of my appointment, I received another email just really talking about the day. Oh, okay, part of your day, remember, breathe, remember to meditate, different foods for you to be able to, you know, help with this and that. And on top of that, it did confirm my appointment. So I was like, oh, this is super cool, I like that. And so when I actually showed up to my appointment, that is when I met the owner. And we had built a little rapport just in time of me checking in and signing my waiver forms and things like that. And you know, I think he's only been there less than a year. Just so happened that his name is Mike. Owner name is Mike. And you know, his prior background was working in the financial sector, and he just decided that he wanted to open up his own spa. He's a husband, he is a father, and just to be able to build that kind of rapport with him in that small amount of time, he gave me a tour, super amazing. And I mean, a facility was really, really nice, very calming, not a whole bunch of hustle and bustle of noise, and I mean, super amazing. So I give it a 10. I give it a 10 because even just going into the actual room, there's 3 different chambers that you are able to experience. So if you have yourself and 2 other people who want to go floating, you can go and float at the same time. And I like that, the whole room itself, it had a shower, he lays down the mat, he hangs the towels and everything. I mean, concierge style, VIP, love it. So I have some great plans for him that I will be talking to him about later. But I mean, he provided really great service, and even just the soap, the shower, like the shower gel, shampoo and conditioner, I love it. I meant to ask him what he was using because it was super good and it smelled really nice. And then just the actual float chamber itself. So my first initial float, I went to another location, which I still love them too. So shout out to Newport Float. You can also look them up. They do have an IG at Newport Float. They use a chamber, like it's a tank. So it kind of reminds you of like being in a deep sub-zero deep freezer, where you have to open the door and you have to step in and it's like completely dark. Oh my gosh, the first time I ever did that, I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so dark, I don't know what's in here, something's gonna get me, oh my gosh, I'm gonna drown. Like, my mind was just racing to where I really couldn't space out, meditate and everything. And so yeah, had to go back again, and I was able to really fully experience it. So shout out to Newport Float, follow them, they're super amazing. So now I'm at B Spa, and they use an actual pod, and the pod kind of looked like something from off of Avatar or something, or Star Trek, but it was super cool. So you actually open the pod up like that, and then you go inside. Now what I like about the pod, especially if you are going for your first time to ever float, and if you're, claustrophobic or, afraid of the dark, whatever, the pods, they do provide a light inside that you can turn on and off, and they also provide music that you can turn on and off, so it's not like you're just in there and that's it. So it gives you the options, which is super cool. So I really did enjoy that, so I would highly recommend going to float, especially if you're having any kind of joint pains, any kind of inflammation, any kind of back pains, headaches, like anything, and you just kind of want to unwind, your mind is racing, like it's a really, really good place to share that. And so, and being able to provide yourself that self-love, and so very, very needed. So with all of that, again, B Spa, I'm not for sure. I tried looking Mike up on Instagram to see if he has a tag, but once I do find a tag, I will go ahead and make sure that I post it onto this post once it gets posted. But how do we get on self-love? Well, it all started on love, and just wanted to share one of the books that I am reading right now. Everything is backwards, but I do a little zoom in to where it doesn't take much for you to kind of make this out. But this book is The Mastery of Love. This is by Don Miguel Ruiz. He is the same author that had wrote The Four Agreements. And so in this book, it is, a guide on the art of relationship. And it's not necessarily relationship with, man and woman, or, but it's just basically relationships, period. Two people, what kind of relationship do you have with them, and how is the relationship going? And it's understanding how you go about respecting each other into the interactions. And so let me have a little toast here on that one. And by the way, I'm drinking Similar Family Wines. I'm drinking the, what is that? The Grenache Blanc, I believe. If I'm saying it wrong, excuse me, but it is good. So yes, shout out to Similar Family Wines, or Malibu Family Wines. Shout out to you guys. I love your wine, so I'll be back at the winery soon. Anybody, let me know if you want to join me, because I love company. More is fun. But understanding love, to understand self-love, and being able to manifest all of the goodness of what it is that we need and what we want. And also wanted to give a shout out to my really good friend Shaina. She is a gem and crystal intuitive. I know I may be saying it wrong, but you can also follow her at Quantum Gems, or Quantum of the Gems, on IG. I will also tag her in onto that. Reason I bring her up is because she has been a really, really good friend of mine for a very long time. And I'm not gonna say a very long time, because I know I'm like only 16 years old, but no, her and I, we've been really good friends for a very long time. And her and I, we used to work together at Starbucks, and she just so happened to be one of the girls who had trained me as a barista. And her and I, we just clicked. And her name being Shaina and my name being Sheena, there used to be another girl named Sheena, and there was another girl, her name was Sharina. And so we would always just have so much fun at Starbucks saying Sheena, Sheena, Shaina, Sharina. And so when the other two girls wasn't there and it was just Shaina and I, we had our little crackberry days where we would say shy she. So she was shy she and I was she shy. And so we had so much fun. So I bring her up because she shared this amazing crystal with me, which is shaped as a heart. And this lovely pink gem here is a rose quartz. And I ended up buying like a little mystery box from her. And it just so happened that she provided me all of these crystals that had something like a lot of hearts and a lot of rose quartz. And I never told her what I wanted, but whatever energy that she was feeling from me, what I needed is exactly what I needed. And so I just want to say thank you, sis, for providing me some love. I know I need a lot of love. But she provided me that. Also, selenite. I'm still learning my crystals. One day I will have her on a live with me where we will be able to go over all of our crystals and gems and stones like that. But that is this piece here, and it is supposed to help cleanse your other crystals, also keep it energized and things like that. And so just really excited that this weekend there was a little bit of self-love, me being able to understand myself more, giving myself more attention, because when we focus on a lot of the stuff that's happening, what's going on in the world, Black Lives Matters, that is a thing. Yes, it is. And also what's going on in politics, what's happening with COVID, there is a lot of attention that is being so much focused on everything else, and we forget about ourselves. So this is the time where we have to start being healthy, wealthy, and wise. Like the good Dr. B series say, we have to be healthy and wealthy and wise, and it's not necessarily being healthy as in like, I just got to work out, but we have to make sure what is it that we are putting in our body. Are we drinking enough water? Are we having enough sun? Like the things that are important for us to be healthy. Are we having any kind of daily activity? Also, wealthy doesn't mean money. Wealthy means what kind of knowledge are you putting in your head? What are you teaching yourself? What are you telling yourself? What type of energy are being surrounded by, to where are you wealthy in love? Are you wealthy in money? Are you wealthy in friends? Are you wealthy in family? Like, are you wealthy in knowledge? It's everything. And being wise, making sure that we are understanding what it is that we are going through, understanding, our mistakes and learning from it, because we all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. None of us was born to not ever make a mistake. And so, being able to forgive people, taking whatever that energy out that's causing us to feel bad and holding grudges onto other people. Like, how are we able to overcome those things? And so that's being wise. And we do have to pay more attention to ourselves by loving ourselves and understanding what it is that we need first, then what it is that we want. And so we have to understand that. So cheers to that. Oh yeah, I do a lot of shout outs. My cousin, probably seen this last week, but my cousin, her name is Trinita, and she has her business as well at what is it? I can't remember. And that's my cousin. How about that? I will tag her in on here. But she does very amazing, like really, really, really good work. She She does stencils, t-shirts, balloons, table decoratings, weddings, parties, bar mitzvahs, whatever you need for her to do, like she can do it. And she has the connection. She knows caterers and all those companies and people. So she's super amazing. Also, earrings by Camille Davis. Super amazing. She made these unicorn earrings. I love unicorns. Anything that sparkles or glitter, I love it. And so I'm giving her a shout out too. She also makes these really cute bonnets. Bonnets and earrings and so many more things. So I will tag her too. So we are starting to wind down time. Want to say thank you for coming in and spending time with me. It's Tuesday, so I mean, hey, tune in with me next week. I'm not for sure what the word of the day is going to be, but hey, it's always going to be something fun. It's always going to be something inspiring. I'm here to serve. I am a leader, servant leader. So servant leader, what does that mean? Well, I'm here to help you be able to get to where you're trying to get to. And so it's not about me, you know, I need you to say thank you and give me. No, I love to see people but you know, make it to the next level. I get really excited about people doing what they love. People are actually being happy, because happiness is a choice. And so I choose to be happy, and I choose to see people be happy, and I choose to help people be happy. And so I say all that to say, me being a servant leader, I am here to serve. I am here to share, because sharing is caring. And so tune in next week. Maybe sharing some information when it comes down to what else that's happening in LA, what's happening around the world, what's happening in the banks. Like, anything is possible. So thank you for tuning in. This your girl Sheena, and you know, hit the like button. Also follow my page at We Love LA. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Where We Going Now, She, SHEE. All right, have a wonderful evening and a good night, and I will see you all next week.